Hello and welcome. You're watching our special series For Her, an initiative by ICICI Direct. And today we have a very special guest joining me, where we would like to educate, promote, nurture all our women entrepreneurs who have been taking lead in managing their finances and also taking care of their financial well-being. I have a very special guest today. We have Mrs. Lakshmi Iyer, Chief Investment Officer, Fix and Head Products, Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Company. Welcome, Mrs. Iyer. How are you?
Hi, Priyanka. All well, and so far so good. Life is moving along pretty good.
Great. I would like to first congratulate you on Women's Day. More power to you, more success to you.
Absolutely. May this tribe grow, and a very happy Women's Day to you and all the viewers.
Thank you so much. So, on this occasion, since Mrs. Iyer, we are doing the series to educate and nurture more of women entrepreneur on instinct of doing financially good, better, and making sound and strong decisions. I would like to first understand your observation. How have you seen that the trend has been changing? Now, women are not at the back foot who are managing the finances. They indeed take a lead in it. They know how to take care of their financial well-being. What has been your observation so far?
Absolutely. I think you are bang on. I think over the last, few decades, specifically since I have been part of financial services, I have seen two distinct trends. A, more women want to join the workforce, and within that, financial services. Of course, you can have better numbers, and that's always a never ending debate. But I'm talking about what I saw when I joined the industry. And second is the quality and the texture of questions with respect to managing finances are significantly getting better. So I think the awareness is growing thanks to the industry, thanks to the women themselves taking initiatives. So I think all of that has clearly played a very important role.
That's quite a strong observation. So let's talk about asset allocation. What do you think? How important is asset allocation, and how should ideally be done?
Asset allocation is like oxygen which you require for day on day breathing. So it is inevitable, it is important. If you're not doing it, you should have done it as of yesterday. That is the importance. And it has to sink in with your goals, it has to sink in with your overall risk appetite, and obviously it has to sink in with your eventual goals that you want to achieve. So yes, it has to be done. There is no two ways about it.
Sure. And if we talk in terms of percentage, what do you think should be the percentage one should park money in mutual funds?
See, mutual funds, Priyanka, is just one of the vehicles which are available for you to execute your financial plan. And within that, you have fixed income, you have equities, you have hybrid, you have ETFs based on precious metals, etc. So I think that is one of the vehicles and a time-tested vehicle which investors have found favor with. And within that, how you need to do, there is no one size fits all, or there is no rule of the thumb. So therefore, engaging with a financial advisor, like for an ailment, you go to a GP or a general practitioner, and he or she tells you based on your ailments what exactly is the remedial measure. So likewise, there has to be that relationship between the investor and the advisor.
Sure. And in case, since you also spoke about ETFs, that's actually a very smart way of investing these days. People are shifting and drifting from the traditional way of buying gold, and that's actually not an investment. So, how would you encourage our viewers on investing in gold ETFs or maybe other instruments like SGBs?
The biggest advantage of doing ETFs, including gold ETFs specifically, is that you're not going to see it physically. You don't have to worry about its storage. So it's so seamless. You can actually have access to gold at international prices because it's the international price which gets converted into rupee, and then that's how the price is quoted on the exchange. So it comes with a bundle of its advantages. So it is absolutely worth its while for investors to evaluate investment options via ETFs.
And since we've talking about so many instruments, let's also talk about ideal categories. One can, if say, our women entrepreneurs who've just started, or maybe in between the stream, and they are wanting to explore options where they can park funds or ideal categories for a horizon like 3 years. What would you recommend?
So across, you see the fixed income product suite, there is a category to pretty much suit every palette. There is a category to suit the risk appetite and, of course, the intended investment tenor. So if you are a long-term investor, and when I say long-term, it's north of 3 years, you can do with a little bit of moderate duration and a moderate credit imbibe kind of strategies. And if you are completely risk averse, then you have to be absolutely low on duration and absolutely negligible on credit exposure. So as I said, the way your risk appetite develops, that is the way the possible solution can actually emerge from your investment perspective.
But any ideal category you would like to recommend here? Since we understand you have to have a broader sense, but in case we have to narrow down on some ideal categories.
No, so usually in core allocations, you see short-term funds or PSU category funds are quite popular. And I colloquially call them the Zor Ka Jhatka Dheere Se funds, because they are pretty low to moderate on duration. They're not very high on duration, and usually you see that there is not too much of a credit risk. In these strategies in general. There might be some exceptions. So these could be core allocations. Fringe allocations could be considered to long bond funds like gilt funds, dynamic bond funds, and credit category funds. But this could be tail-ended allocations because they have reasonable amount of duration and or a reasonable amount of credit assets as your underlying portfolio.
Sure, I understand, because when we are investing, we have to keep a longer horizon. I might ask you a question that what if the time frame is too short, less than a year? What would you recommend then?
So if you have under 1 year kind of horizons, then the typical strategies to look at would be arbitrage funds. They're doing fairly well as an industry, money market, low duration funds, or ultra short term funds.
Okay, got it. And how do you see, Lakshmi, that one should always have a systematic withdrawal plan also in structure? The structure for this should be placed as soon as you start investing, you've realized to start investing. Do you think that the structure should be made well in advance? What are the benefits, or how can one structure a systematic withdrawal plan?
Systematic withdrawal plan is only recommended to those investors who have finite cash flow requirements, and it is quite periodic in nature. My personal portfolio doesn't have any SWP or systematic withdrawal. It has only SIPs because I am in the earning category as of now. So I think it's largely for those who need periodic cash flows, and obviously you do not have a regular stream of income. It is highly recommended that you plan out how much is the kitty required and backwork it, and accordingly you have to do a systematic withdrawal depending on the scheme that you have selected.
Okay, got it. So one can choose according to their risk appetite and their requirement for the funds. So what would you recommend or advise the women who are new to investing, who have just realized that they need to invest and save? Saving, I'm sure all household women must be doing. But what is a smart way, and when to enter if you've not realized till now?
So the time to enter is as of yesterday is what I tell everyone. So starting early is very critical. Understanding your goals, objectives, why are you saving, why are you investing, to ascertain all that is extremely important. And once you have done that, that is when the category or the asset type that you want to own is very, very critical. To all the women out there, I think it's very important to assume that having gold in your portfolio is the only way and the most prudent way of investment. I think it's time we shed that notion. It is very important to have a nice, healthy mix, like a proper, wholesome thali. You have a healthy mix of financial assets and physical assets like gold and real estate in your portfolio.
Sure, got that. So very quickly, what has been your investing wisdom till now?
I'm still growing and being wise, but whatever wisdom I have imbibed over the past years, most important is start early. I think most people make the mistake of procrastination. Please don't do that. And second thing is, please be disciplined. I think discipline is a virtue that will stand the test of its times in the worst conditions, because it's greed and fear, which are the two important sentiments which actually guide our investment behavior. Please steer clear of that. Discipline is a virtue which will shine.
So start acting, act with a discipline. That's what is very important. Thank you so much, Lakshmi, for joining us today. I wish you all luck, wish you a lot of prosperity, and happy Women's Day to you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.